Hi, my name is David. I'm your host. You're listening to the Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I hope you find tips and ideas that will bring you value. If you're returning, welcome back. I hope you continue to find tips and ideas and value that will help shape your life for the better. Well, today I just wanted to give a quick talk about being there for someone. You know, we live in a era where everything has got to be fast. We want it real fast. We want it real fast. Even answers to whatever it is to our questions, we want them now. We want them as quick as possible. So I want to talk about being there for somebody, when they might have an issue, being that things are so fast, we may miss when somebody really needs our help. And I just want to implore you guys to basically take a look at something. When somebody's asking you something, try to really be in the moment for them. Give them your undivided attention. Be there and always listen intently so you can actually hear between the lines of what they're really saying. The other day, I had a colleague that asked me a question, and I'm guilty of it. I'm like, what is it? I'm Russian, and they say, oh well, never mind. I said, no, what is it? Without really being there, I'm looking at my phone while they talking, and I said to myself, what? Wait a minute. Let me put the phone down. So what it really is, and they just started bawling, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? What happened? So I'm listening to their issue, and I had no idea that they were feeling the way they felt because they walk around with a smile on their face. And that's we never know what somebody is really going through. They could be smiling, and a smile can sometimes hide a torment of mental issues, what they might be going through at home. We don't know. And I think it's important that when somebody is trying to tell us something or somebody want to talk to us, that we give them our undivided attention and possibly hear what they have to say. And then, come to a conclusion and engage with them and that conclusion and see if we can offer some good advice that might be impactful for them. Now, there are times when these people might need professional help. I know there's a big thing with mental issues and stuff like that. Even mental care, now they even offer virtual mental care or virtual mental health care, which is important because, like I said from the beginning, you never know what somebody might be going through. Here it is. I was rushing, and I didn't know that this person was really having a problem. So I'm just going to also go back to something that happened to me a couple of years ago, just so you have an idea how impactful your words can be towards someone else. So when I used to live in Pennsylvania, I owned a computer repair shop. So, and I used to go in there once I dropped the kids off at the bus while they go to school. I would hurry up into the shop because that was my love. That's what I enjoyed doing. And I would basically start doing whatever I wanted to do, fix stuff at around 7 in the morning. And one day, this guy walks in, and he didn't walk in because the door was locked. He knocks on the door, and I walked over to the door and asked him, "Can I help him?" And he said, "Well, what time do that church open up there on a corner on the hill?" And I said, "Well, I don't think they're going to be open today. It's a weekday. You probably would have to come by on a Sunday." And he looked at me. He said, "You mean to tell me, why there's so many chains on the door?" So I said, "Well, that's probably because they don't want anybody to go in and vandalize the place or steal anything. And I can't imagine what they probably have in there to take anyway. But people, they would do that." So He walks away and then he comes back after I open at 8 o'clock. And he says, I really need to get to the church. So something, I had this impression deep down inside that say, hey, I'm a jokester, so I like having fun. I like joking around. But something said, let's be a little serious and let's hear this guy out. Let's see what he has to say. Come to find out, um, we had a great conversation, and I found out this guy was about to commit suicide. And we at that time we used to have missionaries come by, and so I called the missionaries and I asked the guy. I said, "Hey, look, you want to come by in the morning and we could read some scriptures and stuff like that?" And he was blown away that I even offered him to do that. And I also had the missionaries come, and we all four basically sat around, read the Bible, and we asked questions, and he answered questions, and he really enjoyed it. So for a whole week and a half, we basically had Bible study early every single morning that I was open. And this happened at 7 to 8 because 8 o'clock I opened, but every morning at 7 o'clock we would do Bible study. Couldn't find out this guy had a business, and um, his wife put him in a mental institution. He had some sort of breakdown, but it was all how he put it. And I'm just going to say it this way. How he put it was that his wife put him in a mental institution because he had some issues with her. She was cheating or whatever the case may be. Next thing he knew, they were committing him. He stayed for, I believe, 2 weeks. They kept him, and then he got out and he was going to commit suicide. So I told him, I said, no matter what happened, no matter what she did, she took your company, and she took your company with your best friend and your best friend, but you reared that company from the ground up. They're trying to keep it afloat. They took the company. Everything is hers now. She doesn't even want to give you 25% of that company. They took this company away from you. It might have been planned. However, I do know that God loves you. God sees what's happening to you, and God will fight your battles. So, having said that, this guy, he really knew his stuff, and he's seen that I'm brand new and I have this store, and this is like maybe 6 months into having this store and opening this store up. Rather, it was slash it computer repair shop and store because it sold brand new computers. I fixed computers, things of that nature. However, if I didn't stop and listen to this guy, he would have committed suicide. And I think what people go through, it's it's silence for them. They war inside their mind, and their mind is running rampant with massive ideas of them harming themselves, and you don't even know it. You don't even know what they're thinking. They smile in your face. But if we don't take the time out to say hello, how are you? Uh, Say something kind. Hey, I like what you have on today. You look very nice. I mean, to be very kind towards someone can go a long way. But the other day, this person started crying that came to me and asked me, can I talk? And, I really was rushing. But I had to take time out and say, you know what? Let me put my phone away. Hold on. Let me give you my undivided attention. What's going on? How can I help? And all they wanted was someone to listen to. Sorry, that was my phone. I have it next to me. But all they wanted was somebody to listen to them. And for some reason, they didn't have it. And they didn't have it at that time. And to tell you that I wanted to help them in any way that I possibly could is an understatement, because now I see how serious things can really be and how bad they can go as quickly as possible. You know, there are so many people who will smile in your face and you never know how bad things are for them and they're contemplating suicide. I think it goes a long way if we could be nice to one another and treat each other with respect, and by listening to them, getting off the phone. I was in a restaurant and there four people go into a restaurant. They all had out their phones and they barely were talking to each other. They were talking at each other more than talking with each other. I think right now people need to put the phones down for just a little bit and give their undivided attention and find out what's going on with whomever. It could be your son, your daughter, your mother, father, uncle, cousin. It doesn't matter. Give them a few minutes of your valuable time, because in the end it's valuable for them. You just might be saving their life. Well, my name is Dave, and I just thought that I would actually share that with you guys. I'm Dave. You're listening to the last podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Don't forget that you have Poetry Fridays, and I would love for you guys to listen if you haven't